Well, hello my lovely nestlings and welcome to today's video where I'm going to chat about autism and more specifically how I found out that I am most definitely on the spectrum. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I am 46. I live in the Netherlands, hence the accent. I love to be creative and I recently found out that I'm autistic. If you found me through this video, thank you so very much for checking out the video. I hope that you will stay around. Check out the rest of my channel, which is honestly right now mostly makeup, but there will be more videos about autism and all that coming as well. And the reason that I'm going to do these videos is because it helps me so much watching YouTube videos, especially done by autistic women for autistic women, because there is just a difference between most autistic men and women. And I say most because not everyone is the same. And let's just get the disclaimers out of the way because apparently we have to do that as well. I am not a diagnostician. I am not a psychiatrist or psychologist. I don't have any degree in that field whatsoever. I know myself though. And also I'm not saying in this video that you are autistic. I'm also not saying that you are not. What I am saying though is if you can relate very much to what I am saying, do your own research. Yes, this is not a diagnostic tool. So what am I going to tell you about today is how I found out that I was autistic. So this is basically the introduction. Hi, hello, I'm Nikki, I'm autistic. So how I found out that I was autistic. Through YouTube, that's the short answer. The longer version is that I was researching narcissism. I suspected that someone that I kind of knew was on that side of things and I wanted to know more. So I went researching narcissism and then, you know, your feed kind of floods with disorders and all that kind of thing, right? And a video popped up by Mom on the Spectrum and it was titled, let me check it, 16 Overlooked Autistic Traits in Women. And there was something about that video that I clicked on. And I don't know why per se, because I had seen TED Talks come across my feed about autism, but I never clicked on those. And there was just something, I think the timing was right. I think that's it. And I clicked on her video and I will link the video down below. Go check it out for yourself. And she lists 16 traits. And when I saw the traits initially, I was still looking at it through the glasses of I cannot be autistic because I'm just not autistic. I had Rain Man Sheldon Cooper. And not necessarily Rain Man because I know that there's more than just Rain Man. So I kind of looked at Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory, and can I just say I think Amy's on the spectrum as well, but let me know if you agree with that. I love that show a lot. Fun fact is that there were a lot of things that he said that I had to laugh about, but secretly I was like, I want that too. Or I am like that, or I think that too, or I have trouble with that as well. So that was interesting. I filed it away because in my mind I couldn't be autistic. My bestie is autistic. We have known that for 20 years. But still, even though we're very much alike, I couldn't be. I don't know why. But yeah, when I saw her 16 traits, I had things that I was like, really? Really? That is an autistic trait? Really? Huh. Well, that's interesting. Could I? And then her next video that caught my eye was Autism and ADHD, 8 frustrating things. I think it was, yeah, 8 areas of frustration. And I was like, I know I have ADHD. Let me see that video. And honest to God, it was like making your own popcorn. It was like poof, poof, poof. And I was like, oh dear. Oh dear. Maybe I am. She also listed some, and I will also link that video down below. She also listed some tests because then I went, it was the deep dive. If you're on the spectrum and you understand completely what I'm going to mention right now, I was going like that. I wanted to know everything there was to know. So I searched autism in women on YouTube, on Google, and I found heaps. However, most of them were older videos, 5-6 years ago, and there's so much more information out right now that I basically stuck to a few, and I still stick to a few channels that I know of and that I enjoy watching. So if you know any autistic channels, especially for females, or if you have one when you're seeing this, please let me know in the comment section. Then I did tests. Online, yes, I know. The tests that I did, and I wrote them down because I cannot, keep forgetting them. It's the Autism Spectrum Quotient Assessment, is that it? I think they're calling it the QA or something like that. I did that one. And it came out as, no, it wasn't most definitely autistic, but the chances that you are on the spectrum are pretty significant. So I was like, okay. And then the next one that I did also was the SP quiz. And I still kind of did them through the lens of, well, that does not really pertain to me. You know, for instance, one of the things that autistic people are known for is black and white thinking. And I was like, I'm not black and white thinking. It's not either or for me. It's not left or right. It can also be both, because it can also be in the middle. Because sometimes things don't fall in the left spectrum, whatever. They don't fall in the right spectrum, because it's kind of both at the same time. So then it's the middle. And I hope that kind of makes sense. So I was like, I'm very much a gray thinker. Well, then I was listening to a podcast, and she is called the Autistic Woman. And she was explaining about the black and white thinking. And I was like, oh. Yeah, I actually am. Because the more and more I'm learning and am listening and I'm watching people and hearing their experience. Also the feedback that I got from you guys, because I already mentioned this in a few videos. It teaches me so much more about myself. It teaches me what I don't have, but it also teaches me the quirkiness that I'm like, okay, well, and oh, by the way, I have no problem being called weird. I own my weirdness. I enjoy my weirdness. So, you know, for years I have felt misunderstood and not necessarily, well, yeah, actually outside of society. If I'm being completely truthful, I felt outside of society. What's my place? What's my mission in life? Where do I belong? Why this? Why that? You know, even in the groups that were, as I always say, my kind of people, my people, I always felt from the outside looking in. And I understand why now. And I understand also very well why when I didn't have that, when I was in a group with my bestie. Because I could pull to her, right? I could see how she was reacting in the group and I could emulate that. So, how interesting is that you basically copy and paste the behavior of another autist because you don't know how to behave in a certain situation. And I know that I will get questions. I know that there will always be people who are saying, but you don't look autistic. No, I know. I will do a video on it. People who will say, but everyone is a little bit autistic. No, you can have autistic traits because autistic traits are human traits. You know, loving a routine, that's not necessarily autistic. It's a human trait. But you either it is autistic or you're not. I just know that with all the research that I have done, all the puzzle pieces clicking together, I am happy to say that hello, my name is Nikki and I'm autistic. And it just feels so nice to finally know that I'm not crazy. You know, I used to detest labels. I used to detest the boxes that we were allowing ourselves to be put into. But you know why? It was because I felt misunderstood. I did not fit in any of the boxes. And I was very much rebelling because they wanted to put me in the borderline box. I don't have borderline. Then they want to put me in the OCD box. I don't have OCD. I don't. Trust me, I don't. ADHD box, yes, but that ADHD box I put myself in because that whole diagnosis process went very interestingly. I self-diagnosed with the help of a doctor. I self-diagnosed and then told my psychologist about it, and he was like, that's not the usual way that we do it. But yeah, well, apparently you are. So I know there's also a very big overlap between ADHD and ASD. And I also know that if you are on the spectrum, you have ADHD traits as well, but you don't necessarily have that too. If you have ADHD, it doesn't mean that you are also on the spectrum. I hope that kind of makes sense. I have already kind of spoken about this a little bit, but I wanted to do a dedicated video as a starting point, as an intro to what I'm going to talk about as well here on my channel. The autistic community is one of the nicest ones that I have come across. I honestly have never felt so welcomed, so accepted than right now. And even in my, even in the other community that I consider myself part of, which is the what's it called? Spiritual community. There's so much hatred there. And I was like, but how can you just be so open-minded and then still look like this? How? I still don't understand that. But the autistic community, it's so opening. It's so welcoming. We want to help you. We want to educate you. We want to help each other. It's just, honestly, if you have ever watched Face Off, you know, with the special effects makeup, the way that they are helping each other there, that they are rooting for the other person to succeed, that's what I found here. And it's awesome. So I am proud to have that label behind my name. I am proud to sit in the autistic box playing with my fidget toy. That's also a video that I want to do. So for the people who have already known about this and have already welcomed me, thank you so much. You have no idea what it means. Well, I think you actually do have an idea of what it means. So thank you so much. The next video that I want to do is answering your questions. The things that if you are thinking that you're on the spectrum, if you have a partner that's on the spectrum, if you just want to know more, please let me know. And yeah, please let me know. I want to do a video about masking. And what is masking? Masking is basically pretending you're normal. I want to do a video about what stimming is, that I'm actually doing right now, and my favorite stimming toys and why they are my favorite stimming toys. And I also want to do, I don't know, the stereotypics and things that you guys want me to do. So also, if you want any say, especially in the autistic videos, make sure that you are a Patreon. I will link my Patreon down below. And yeah, for now I think this is going to be it, because otherwise the video will be too long. I can speak for hours about this, which I will, but then I will cut it up into different things. So I will link the channels that I watch down below. I will list the videos that I mentioned down below as well. And I will list where you can find the tests that I mentioned. And yeah, some other resources. So if you have any channels that I need to check out, let me know down in the comment section. For now, this is going to be it. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Thank you for watching this video. And please let me know your experience. If you are on the spectrum or you have a loved one that is on the spectrum, let me know. Thank you so much. I'm going to go down. Stairs. Yeah, I am, because my filming room is upstairs. This was it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope that I could make your day better. Bye.